everyone, this is Patrice from My Embellished Life. Welcome back to my channel where I show all of my sewing shenanigans and whatever else tickles my fancy. Thank you so much for stopping by and deciding to embark on this incredible journey with me. Yes. So what is on the agenda for today? Well, I'm wrapping up my indie pattern spotlight for February. You guys know it was Deer and Doe patterns for the month of February, and I have my second pattern to showcase today. Yes. Now it's going to be another sew and tell. The sew with me didn't happen, you guys, and it's not for lack of trying. I did try, but it just did not happen today or for this month. So this month I'm going to show the Chardon Skirt by not Ellie and Mac, no Pat. It is too early in the game. Get your words correct. It is the Chardon Skirt by Deer and Doe pattern. So if that's something you're interested in, let's get in it. But before I get any further, let me just mention that I'm testing out a new camera today. So you guys bear with me while I figure out this new contraption. I'm trying to up my game. I'm trying to, yeah. But let's get into this skirt. Now, the Chardon skirt, like I mentioned, is from Deer and Doe patterns. Um, Deer and Doe, Deer and Doe. A lovely pattern company. I've always known about Deer and Doe, but I've bought quite a few of their patterns in the past, but I've never sewn with the patterns. Listen, you guys understand, sewing and purchasing fabric, collecting fabric, and collecting patterns, they are three different things. You guys know that. We all know that. Anyway, yes, so I had quite a few patterns in my stash for Deer and Doe, and since I'm showcasing indie patterns for this year, I said why not? Why not? So Deer and Doe, yes, it's a lovely pattern company. However, I think they can be much more better if they extend their pattern sizing. It's not inclusive, and I think if they want to reach a broader range of audience, I think they should really think about extending their pattern sizes or their pattern range. Other than that, I do like the pattern company. I just like, I really do love, and I've mentioned this before, how simplistic their patterns are, but yet they are so chic and sophisticated. They just have this classic and timeless look to about these patterns that I really do love. So this is not my last time sewing up Deer and Doe, but yes, their pattern side range, I think they can really benefit from extending their pattern range, as well as doing some work on their instructions. But we're going to talk about that later on in this video. But let's continue. Now, like I said, the Chardon skirt has two views. There's view A and B, and the difference between the views is that view B has an extra band at the bottom of the skirt, and there are no loops, while view A is sans bottom band, and there is a loop. Not a loop, but there are belt loops or belt carriers. So the view that I decided to do is view A. Yes. Now, the first time I saw this skirt on the website, I absolutely fell in love with this skirt. I love the pleated look of it and how it just goes into a flare skirt. It is brilliant. Now, I'm not a person to wear skirts often, so I don't have a lot of skirt patterns in my stash, but that's something that I'm trying to work on this year. So I decided to give this pattern a go, and I do like the outcome. I love the outcome. So this is the skirt. This is the skirt. So you can see there's the pleats to the top and how it just goes on into being a flare skirt at the bottom. There are pockets, pockets. Yes. So the fabric that I use, this is a cotton twill, steel blue, and I purchased this from Fabric Mart a few weeks ago. Guys, I'm gonna focus back in a bit, but this month in February, I do not know what happened, but I've been purchasing fabric as if fabric are going to be extinct. Oh my goodness. I've been working my piggy bank, you guys. I've been working my piggy bank. So be on the lookout for some fabric hauls. I think the last fabric haul I did had to be sometime maybe August last year, sometime around that time frame. It's been a while. I haven't purchased fabric in a while. So I just let loose this month. Hmm. But anyway, this was one of the fabric that came a few weeks ago, and I like the fabric. I do like the weight of the fabric, so it lends to give the skirt some sort of structure. The downfall of this fabric is that it wrinkles easily. Listen, people, I ironed this skirt before bringing myself in front of you guys. And look at it. Look at it. Look at this skirt. It looks as if I've been roughhousing in dens of iniquities. I'm just saying. But yes, this is the fabric, and this is the downfall of it. So to be honest, I don't think for that reason that this skirt would get a lot of wear simply because of how easily it is to get wrinkled. But other than that, I do love the skirt. Now, to be honest, I don't think that this pattern is going to be a TNT. This pattern, I am going to sew it up again, don't get me wrong, but it's not one of those patterns where I can say, ooh, ooh, I can't wait to sew it up again. No, this pattern is one that is going to be used in once in every blue moon or something like that. Is it difficult? No, it's not. I just didn't get that excitement sewing it up, and I think that's one of the difficulties I had when I was trying to film the sew with me. I just didn't get that kind of excitement. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I do want to sew it up again because I want to do it in a different sort of fabric. Now, the fabric recommendations, according to Deer and Doe, lightweight twill, linen, denim, chambray, or cotton sateen. This is cotton twill. So, yeah, it works according to the recommendations, just that it wrinkles easily. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be a TNT for me, but it is a brilliant pattern nonetheless. Now, in terms of adjustments, I didn't do any adjustments for this skirt. And I should have done an adjustment, not pattern wise. And um, and that is because the the um the seam allowance. Oh my goodness, it's Friday. Find your words, Patrice. The seam allowance is 5/8 7 inch, and I sewed it up to the recommended seam allowance. However, I should have used 1/2 of an inch because it's just a bit snug. It's wearable. It's definitely wearable, but I could do with a little more ease. And you know what? It was definitely my fault because I tried on the skirt before attaching the waistband. I did. I did. And when I tried it on, I said, nah, man, Pat, you can get away with this. It's okay. We don't have to let out any of the seams. Why, oh, why do I entertain these foolish thoughts? I don't know. But that is what happened. And now, yeah, I'm like, I should have just done what I said I was going to do from the beginning. So, yeah, and I'm not going back to detach the waistband to fix it. So it's gonna stay just how it is. So that's another reason why I would like to sew up this pattern again. So because I didn't reduce the seam allowance, it affected the fit of the skirt. Had nothing to do with the pattern. This is all Patrice. This is all Pat's doing here. Yes. So in terms of the difficulty of the pattern, this pattern has 7 pattern pieces, right? So there's the front and the back, okay? There's the front waistband, the back waistband. The pocket has 2 pattern pieces, and then there's also the belt carriers or the belt loops. So there are 7 pattern pieces, okay? Now, when in the Bellador dress, I spoke about the patterns for there and do for that pattern not being as detailed as it could, and the illustrations not directly matching everything that the instructions are saying. And I did mention that because that was my first pattern, I didn't want to say that that's the standard across the board. It's the same issue that I had with this pattern, okay? The pattern isn't, the instructions aren't as detailed, neither is the illustrations, okay? And because of that, if you are a beginner sewer or sewist, I get it together, Pat. If you're one of those, I would not recommend this pattern for you simply because of the instructions. It's not as detailed. Is it easy to put together? Yes, it is, but that would only be based on your experience level. So if you are an intermediate sewist, you will be able to put it together with ease. If you are a beginner sewer, I would not recommend it at all. I'm trying to save you. Hey, now the pattern, like I said, easy to put together. But if you are a beginner sewer and you're interested in a pattern like this, there's one in Macars, from Macars, I should say. I can't remember the pattern number right now, but I'll pop it up on the screen. But if you watch my 2 videos ago when I showed the Butterick 7018, the waistcoat, and the skirt that was in that video, that's that pattern, that Macars pattern. I'll pop it up on the screen. But if you're a beginner sewist and you are interested in a skirt like that, that is a similar pattern. Okay? Would I encourage people to sew up this pattern? Definitely. Almost definitely. It's a brilliant pattern, but just be aware that I would not recommend it for a beginner. And that is one of the reasons why with Deer and Doe, you have to be very careful with their pattern instructions. So keep in mind, am I still going to use Deer and Doe patterns? Oh, most definitely, because like I said, I just like how the patterns look. I just like the simplicity of the patterns and how chic and slick they are. But that is something to keep in mind with the instructions. Now, this could just be a me thing. So if you've used Deer and Doe patterns before, yeah, just pop it in the comments. How do you know, the instructions? What are your thoughts about the instructions for Deer and Doe? But that is just my take on it. So what are my overall thoughts about the Chardon skirt and my experience sewing it up? I will give this skirt a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, a 7.5. Yeah, simply because, for one, the fabric. I love the structure of the fabric. I just don't like how easily wrinkles it can get. Um, that's my fault. That has nothing to do with the pattern. The other one, again, is the fit. Again, that's my fault, and me listening to my inner foolish thoughts. The third one is the pattern instructions. That could be just my interpretations of the instructions, but I think the pattern instructions could be a bit more detailed than how they are. And that is why I would give it an 8 out of 10. Other than that, would I encourage anyone to get the pattern? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Definitely, yes. It is a beautiful pattern nonetheless. And you will enjoy sewing it up. Just keep in mind, like I said, get some experience under your belt first. That's the only thing that I'm going to say, but definitely consider getting this pattern. I'm gonna sew it up again. I am going to sew it up again. Not just right now. Not right now. It's not a priority for me right now. So it's something that maybe I might do a few months down the road. Who knows? But yes, it's not going to be a TNT for me, but it's still going to be a part of my stash of patterns that I like. Yes. So, what are your thoughts about the Chardon skirt or the Deer and Doe patterns? I'm wrapping up my February spotlight for the indie patterns Deer and Doe. March, I've already have March, our pattern company, selected, and I can't wait to bring that to you guys. But if you've sewn with Deer and Doe, if you've sewn with the Chardon skirt, or even the dress that I did, what was it, the Bellador dress, if you sewn up those patterns, let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts about those patterns or any other patterns from the Deer and Doe brand? And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you can be aware of all of my other shenanigans. I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts. Keep on smiling and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.